That time I got reincarnated as a demon lord. English, by LordedoMal44. 29 The Flames That Burn Dreams. I and one other person were sitting in a room. I was playing a game on the small computer screen and the other person, the girl behind me, fiddling with her cell phone. She looked a little distracted, but I didn't mind that considering she was researching the new light novel coming out, about a Dampier boy who becomes a demon king after he's reincarnated in the wrong way. We were both very interested in this story as it seemed like something a little innovative. The idea of a reincarnated character being evil isn't all that uncommon, but becoming a demon king in such an overt way is quite strange. Satoru-kun, the story sounds interesting, but it's pretty sad. I mean, he goes crazy. I mean literally crazy. And I still haven't made it past the first chapter. Did he go crazy? Well, I guess that explains him becoming a demon king, but why did he go crazy in the first place? I started thinking, still don't stop playing. What would motivate a person to go crazy like that? I don't think anything so big happened in the first chapter that it ever made him go crazy. He lost his mother. After having lived 2 lives surrounded by people who hated him from the moment he was born, he had a mother in his 3rd life. But his mother was killed. It seems that Dampier is a race hunt in this story. That makes sense. If my memory serves me right, Dampiers are an intermediate race, in the same way as half-elves. Dampiers are born from the union of vampires and some other races, usually mortal races. So, in the end, it makes sense that they are hunted. Still, to become a demon king just because of that, isn't that overkill? No, that's not an exaggeration. How do you know what I was thinking? It was pretty obvious. It was written all over your face. I feel kind of offended. I can't be that obviously, can I? Am I that simple? That can't be possible. Think with me. Not only did he suffer a lot for 2 lives, he found a person who loved him with all his heart after having suffered so much. How do you want a person, who has gone through all this, to be okay with people taking even more of him? But the thing is it worth becoming a demon king just for that? I mean, the demon king will bring pain and suffering to people, and it really makes sense that he would want revenge when he suffered like that. But all the effort of being a demon king, isn't it more worth putting that effort into doing good? You talk as if you were so much better than him. If you were in the same situation as him, I would see you doing the same things. I don't doubt you would kill hundreds just for the chance of winning someone you love back. I'm not you to do those kinds of things, Sara-chan. Yes, Manami Sara-chan, my childhood friend. A self-confessed otaku, just like me, who has been accompanying me on my adventures since the 2 of us watched an anime together for the first time. And for some reason, she manages to be even crazier than I am. I would make a beautiful demon queen, don't you think? I mean, I would be nice to the demons that serve me, and I would be cruel to humans. I turned to Sara-chan, staring at her with a, really? Look, she sometimes forgets which side she has to root for. I've seen it many times before, but wanting to become a villain in a fantasy story. How crazy does one have to want to become the villain, hated and hunted by all, only to end up either on top of the world with others fearing him or killed by a hero? Well, it would have to be a madman on Sara-chan's level. I'd rather just have an ordinary, happy life with everyone. I mean, wouldn't that be better? The humans and the monsters, even demons and the undead, all living together? You know, like in that other anime. That seems like a very childish and unrealistic view of everything. Besides, as long as I'm the queen of demons, I won't allow that to happen. I paused the game and looked at Sara-chan. I really hope she doesn't reincarnate into a fantasy world. If that happens, then it doesn't matter if she is reincarnated as a human or a monster. She will become the queen of demons and will scare a lot of people. The world will be safer as she uses that brilliant mind and talent of hers only for good and to have fun with me. I have an idea. What if we reversed our roles? That might work. What are you talking about? She looked quite excited, nearly jumping onto the bed after me, though she seemed to be holding back enough not to make much noise. Well, her mother complained a lot the last time she jumped on the bed like crazy, thinking she and I were jumping on the bed together. Not that I understood what her mother said. After all, we were best friends since childhood. What would we both do together on the bed? If you were the king of demons and I was the hero, then things would be different. She spoke, her eyes seeming to sparkle with the idea. Humans and monsters have to be enemies? I don't want that, not if you're going to be on the opposite side. The two of us together can make this possible. A hero and a demon king. Really, together, I think we could bring peace to both sides, and live a really fun life. She and I bumped fists, a smile on each of our faces from a daydream that would never happen. In the end, we broke up just a few weeks later, and we never saw each other after that. Poof! Shizu's knees hit the ground, her body twisted against her stomach as if she was in great pain. I, who was in her lap, ended up being thrown away with the act, but I worried little about myself in this situation. My physical attack resistance wouldn't let me take damage from that level of fall, and more than that, Shizu's appearance doesn't look good at all. Sage, I want you to assess Shizu's situation right now. Complete report, with 6 supernatural senses. Less than understood. Starting evaluation. Concluded. The result points out that the superior spirit of fire, Ifrit, is trying to take control of the body of the individual Shizu Izawa. Greater than. Countermeasures. Fast. Less than understood. Seeking countermeasures. Error. Unavailable countermeasures. The Rimuru Tempest individual has no way to stop the superior fire spirit's escape in the current situation. Greater than. Ha ha ha. Ha ha. Ha. I said the skill, luck, could be of help, didn't I? Why didn't you give it to me, Sage? Less than. Greater than. Shizu, talk to me, slime. San. Shizu looked like she was in pain, so I walked over. I was hoping to analyze the situation closely this time, and maybe find a way out to save Shizu and stop Ifrit from leaving her body. I knew that Ifrit was what was keeping Shizu alive, considering her age and the fact that she hadn't fully become a Majin, so I couldn't just remove it from her. Today's quest. Save Shizu before Ifrit left her body. Less than warning. Superior spirit of fire, Ifrit, is taking control of the individual Shizu Izawa's body. Strong killing intent has been detected. Preparation for immediate defensive actions is recommended. Greater than. Okay. Change of plans. Today's quest. Defeat Ifrit, save Shizu from his control and save her life. Yes, very simple. It's not like I haven't fought a superior spirit before. Also, when I fought Sylphid before, she was being used by Trainee-san, which only made her even stronger than I am currently. And yet, I won. If I use storm magic, then less than warning. If you use storm magic with the superior spirit of fire, Ifrit, while still in possession of Shizu Izawa's body, there is more than a 90% chance of permanent and lethal damage to the physical body. There is an 85% chance that individual Shizu Izawa will not survive if action that is taken. Greater than. Okay. I'm pretty screwed, aren't I? Less than positive. Greater than. Slime. San. I looked at Shizu, who had called out to me, and for a second, in her voice, I felt all the pain she was feeling. Her magicals, driven mad by the spirit that was trying to take control of her body, got out of control in such a way that the mask she had on her face cracked, just before it fell to the ground. Tears. Shizu was crying, not just from pain, not just from fear, but from regret. Shizu was losing control of her own body. She was turning into a monster, and worse, she wouldn't even have enough control to stop herself from doing horrendous things. Besides, just a moment was enough for her to realize that this spirit inside her had no good intentions. Then that's it. I won't be able to save Shizu even if she's right in front of me. Am I going to fail this way? I looked at Shizu, who stood in the darkened post-sunset sky, the glow of the flames around her body lighting up the sky as if a second sun had risen, and the heat of its flames evaporating her tears before they even left her eyes. My ass, I'm going to fail here. How am I supposed to become one of the demon lords if I'm not even able to save my hero when she needs me? Shizu-chan. Wait. I'll save you. I mumbled, in an almost inaudible tone, but Shizu seemed to hear what I said. For a second, just before she completely disappeared, there was a smile on her face, but then Shizu's body was completely engulfed in flames. The amount of magicals increased once more, and the moment the flames disappeared. It was there. Eyes as red as blood, with pupils as golden as flames. The pair of long horns obscured part of his face, but his hair, made entirely of flame, lit him up in an ominous way. His body, masculine and muscular, matched the fangs and claws that fed into his savage appearance, and the tail that descended from his back made him even more ferocious. The higher spirit of fire, Ifrit, stood before me in full form. Ha ha ha. Ha ha. Ha. The world hates me, doesn't it? The world really hates me. Less than. Greater than do not answer, sage. I do not care anymore. There was a story I read once, of a character who just wanted to live a happy life, where he could have luxuries, even though he didn't know what that was. He had suffered a lot in 2 of his past lives, but he decided that he would live the 3rd life as best he could, even if everyone tried to stop him. Despite this, the god of reincarnation who had reincarnated him gave him a curse that would make his life miserable, and would make everyone try to kill him as soon as possible. Less than this illustration is incomprehensible. Why mention it? Greater than. That character became a demon king, not because he wanted to, but because all the suffering and all the good people who went after him pushed him to it. And after much effort, he finally killed the god of reincarnation that cursed him. Less than. Greater than. I think I already know how strong I want to get, sage. Ifrit, I'll give you some advice, so that this moment may be easier for both of us. Ifrit, who was hovering over the area while still assessing his own body, shifted his gaze towards me, failing to ignore me like he was doing just a few seconds ago. For a second his gaze went through several phases, from surprise to anger and back to surprise, but I ignored it. I'm tired of the spirits that want to end my life. If I have to go have a talk with the fairy queen later, then so be it. Give Shizu back now and you won't suffer too much. I might even make you my pawn. But a look of hate mirrored me, a hate Ifrit clearly caught by the surprise he had on his face. Stay in Shizu's body just a second longer and you will see the true hell, you insolent child. Ifrit looked surprised, but that didn't change anything in what he did next. As if he had recovered from the surprise he was feeling, Ifrit brought both hands together on top of his head, gathering flames between his palms, and then he hurled his flames towards me, a large ball of concentrated flames. I didn't dodge. The explosion and flames engulfed me, completely enveloping my slime body in hellish heat and pressure caused by the explosion, and yet I didn't move. As Gonfritz would say, it doesn't hurt at all. Literally, because I have pain nullification. But more than that, I glared at Ifrit as the flames dissipated, and I could see the fear on his face as he saw that the great attack he used against me, which could probably easily kill one of the strongest monsters in the forest, did nothing to the present me. The present me, who is much weaker than him, and who came out of this attack unscathed. Yes, that looks. The look of someone who understands that he messed with someone he shouldn't have messed with. I'll take that as you deny my proposal, right, Ifrit? The disenchanted look of someone who realizes why the word monster is used to define me and not him. So, prepare to die, Ifrit.